How's it going, everyone? Welcome to CNC Auto Works. It's been a little bit since we've actually made an update on the castback build. Last time y'all seen this thing, it was just a short block. What this is, it's a 351, I guess base 393 structure we built. It's got eagle crank, scat rods, your basic 302 pistons. It's got the Pro Max heads on it. And how do you like them Chevy orange valve covers?
Red.
Yeah, red. They're red. Anyways, little brother just seen them valve covers and had to have them. And we was placing bets to see if the valve covers were actually going to match the red block. And as you can see, they don't. So for all you Chevy guys, there you go. Now I'm going to turn the camera around here and we're going to look at all the progress that we've actually done to the car. And the car's definitely come a long ways since you guys seen it. Last time you guys seen it, it was up in the air. We'd probably just did the body work and epoxy primered it. We've actually got the rear end in it. This is the first time this car is basically set on the ground since he's owned it. If you don't know the background of this car, he just bought it as basically a shell. There was nothing. He had really nothing to start with, nothing to go on. The car did have a rear end in the car. It was a 9-inch, but it wasn't built or nothing. Didn't have a limited slip unit or gears or anything. So we got that all rebuilt, got it put in. We used a set of 2-inch drop leaf springs from CJ Pony Parts. They're the reverse leaves for the 2-inch drop. And we actually went ahead and put 2-inch blocks on it too, because we've had experiences with them leaf springs not being low enough for our taste. Kind of get you down in here and let you see. Pretty dark down there, I don't know if you can tell, but all new bushings, all new everything. If you don't remember on the body, we actually got a new taillight panel, new quarters, new filler panel here on the back. We wound up having to buy a new set of doors because, like I say, it was just a shell when we bought it. So we got new doors. I actually got disc brakes on the back. He bought a disc brake kit for a 9-inch. It came from Summit. Very cheesy deal. We was not impressed with it. We actually had a set of disc brakes that were factory 9-inch brakes from back in the day that was on this rear end, but he didn't like it because the calipers pointed different directions from each other, and he wound up pulling them off and putting this this new stuff on here, and kind of bit him in his butt. He really don't like it either. The way it's made, if it grabs very hard, it's probably going to wind up ripping some bolts loose. It's just a cheap little deal. Kind of holds your caliper out there in the middle of nowhere. Not very impressive at all. Here on the front, we got all the suspension put in the car and done. We got new lower arms, new uppers. Coil springs were 1-inch drop coils that we went ahead and cut another inch out of. Because like I said, we kind of been down this road. When we built the coupe, we put coilovers. He really wasn't impressed with the coilovers. And it's probably because we used some cheap eBay ones. But on the front, we went with the 67 GT500 front disc brakes. And we've used them before too, and they're really nice brakes. If you ever need disc brakes for the back, we did have a subscriber tell us that the disc brakes off of 8.8 will work on the big bearing housing 9-inch. We didn't figure that out till after we had already bought this little cheesy generic kit. But we got all the brake lines ran. You can tell I need to clean the shop. We need to clean the shop. We've got junk everywhere, but we've basically went from no brakes and a factory manual brake car to power brakes now. We got the booster. We got this billet mash cylinder, the proportion valve. We wound up having to make all new brake lines. He actually bought a brake line kit, but you know how that goes. It didn't really match anything, especially with this aftermarket booster and mash cylinder. So we wound up just ordering a roll of tubing and just went ahead and made most of our own lines. We went ahead and converted the car to power steering because, like I say, we didn't have nothing to go off of there either. It did have a manual gearbox when we got it hung up there, but it was completely trash. We had actually tried to put electric power steering, and we almost had it done, and it was going good, and we found out that gearbox was completely shot. As soon as we put a load on it, it blew all the guts out of it.
Here it is.
Yeah, it kind of just blew that bottom bearing out. Kind of took a
free rolls now.
Kind of took a dump right there on the edge of the frame rail. But we got all that done. You can tell that we got the alignment pretty close. You're gonna have to wait till we get the engine and transmission set in here and get some of the weight put on this thing before we can really align it. I think the brakes turned out pretty good. I think it was a pretty clean install. I think the way that the dash and then the new model Mustang dash we put in here, it all worked out pretty nice. Some of the factory, I guess,
steering column hole cover.
Yeah, it all worked out pretty nice. Some of the steering column shaft from the new car just ran right down to this box. Was able to get this U-joint coupler. Worked out pretty nice. We're just going to use a power steering pump off a 80 models Ford to run that. All we have left for that is just to get the power steering hoses. We got the some of the wiring going on in the car. Trying to figure out what it's all going to take to wire this new dash into the existing wiring harness. That's the 69 wiring harness. We've already figured out headlight switch and ignition. We're going to be able to use the 05 to 09 or 08 ignition and headlight switch, and we're starting to work on the blinker switch to make it work. Then after that, all we lack is the getting the wipers to work, and then all that should work. You can see we got some of the dash door apart, back apart. We put this thing together a few million times. We've got to get the cluster. Got to figure out how to get the cluster to work. You can see there we've got some of the wiring. We got the blinkers halfway working. We've got the headlight switch mounted and working. And that's basically it. We've just been kind of hard at it. We've taken about a week break. We've both been kind of sick and tired of thrashing on this thing, but she's coming together. We've actually got the transmission over here on the floor. We've got two of them. I'm going to run a C6 in this thing. I tried to talk him into AOD, but he believes everybody else that they're just weak junk. So we've actually got a small bell housing C6 out of a van. And then we got this C6 for parts. This is a FE. It came out of a FE car, 390 or something like that, 352. I don't know. I got this one gave to me. We might use it for parts. See if there's different drums in there to where maybe we can add some clutches into this one without actually having to machine the thick backing plates that are in there. But there is a few subscribers that are interested in the build and they hadn't seen it in a while and they're just kind of wanting to see the car. Hopefully some of you other guys start getting interested. Like I said, we went ahead and put some chassis paint all underneath the car. It's all ready to go. I think it's looking pretty good. You can tell the wind's been blowing. We've had a few dust storms covered this thing. That engine over there is probably full of dirt. We had kind of built it kind of in a dirt storm. wasn't as bad as some of them that's been coming through, but we got tired of waiting when we built that thing, so it's probably got enough dirt in it to break it in real nice. But that was a little bit about the car, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching. Until next time, we'll catch y'all later.